this video we're going to have an uncensored walk around to find out a little bit more about Wallsend. It's coming up. Welcome back, Teddy here from Tyneside Life. So here I am, I've just got off Wallsend or Wallsend metro station. For me to get here, I need to get the metro from Pelo to the monument, takes about 12 minutes, then change. And from the monument to Wallsend, it's about 12 minutes. So Wallsend, if you're not familiar with this particular area, is a town approximately 3 miles east of Newcastle in the council area of North Tyneside, of course, on the banks of the River Tyne, and famous for quite a few things, including the Roman fort, where they set up camp about 1900 years ago. The old Swan Hunters shipyards, but also Wallsend Boys Club, where they churned out the likes of Alan Shearer and Peter Beardsley. So we're going to have a walk around in an uncensored way around Wallsend. I'm not from here. I don't want to offend anybody. And this is just a snapshot, a soundbite of what I kind of find as I'm walking around, because this is a learning discovery for me. Hopefully you will learn some things by sharing this little walk around Wallsend with me to find out what's going on, what sort of place it is, because I'm really interested to find out a bit more. I have been here before now and again, but I've never spent any time in Wallsend. But also I forgot to mention there is a Wallsend in Australia, just north of Sydney, I think it is, and Wallsend across there is named after the Wallsend here, and there are other places in that neck of the woods in Australia named after places from the Tyneside area, including Newcastle. So the first thing you'll notice when you walk down Station Road from the metro, which is only about 100 metres away, you come to this junction and you'll see two of the things I've just mentioned is the Segadunham, the visitor centre right in the middle there with the fort just to the right there, and just beyond that straight down is the old Swan Hunters shipyard. For over 100 years, Swans churned out some magnificent ships, including aircraft carriers like HMS Ark Royal and the illustrious. So sad to see that place now finished altogether. But yeah, let's head across to the fort. Now, one of the things you'll find interesting about here is that the road I'm walking along here, the 187, I think it is, Hadrian's Road, this was built right smack bang, right through the middle of the old fort. Can you believe it? I don't know whose idea that was, but there you go. And this is the fort area, and a better view of the road splitting the fort in two. Now, I have been reading in the news very recently there, I don't know if you can see, at the visitor centre there, some scummy half-wits have been stealing the lead off the roof, so obviously that comes at a huge cost to the centre to have that sort of thing repaired. But just imagine 1900 years ago, the Romans had a huge fort here. This was the eastern... Oh. Yeah, all right. Cheers, mate. There you go. Yeah, 1900 years ago, they built a fort here. And this is the very eastern edge of Hadrian's Wall, which took 6 years to build and ends up right across the other side of the country at the Solway Firth, about 86 miles. And you'll be able to see how close Swan Hunters in the River Tyne is just by cutting through the car park here at Segadunham, down this little pathway. And you're basically there. Now, I'm not going to profess to be an expert on the shipyards around this neck of the woods. I might do a video about it in the future, but you can clearly see, I don't know what they're called, the bays, the docks, where the ships were built, and that stunning view of the River Tyne. Such a shame. Thousands of people worked here. This whole area, not just built on Wallsend, built on shipbuilding, but for hundreds of years they were extracting coal from, I think, 6 or 7 local pits around here. You know, and like some other cities around the country, Tyneside has been going through a very painful process of deindustrialisation. So we'll head back up Station Road. You'll see the metro just up on my left hand side there. And just beyond that, what appears to me to be kind of the town centre of Wallsend. Somebody else that's really famous from Wallsend, of course, is Sting. Huge band, The Police, back in the early 80s when I was my last couple of years at comprehensive school. Went on to global success. And a guy called Peter Higgs, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, a theoretical physicist who's famous for the Higgs boson proton particle collider, which you'll all know about. So I don't want to bore you anymore with that because I'll just be teaching you to suck eggs, of course. So here we are. We're just about to get to the junction. I think if you turn left, it's High Street West, and on the right, that's High Street East. We're immediately met by a huge pub there, called the Anson. What did this place look like 50 years ago? You'll be able to tell me about famous shops or pubs that were here, or could have been here, that are gone now. Let us know in the comments below about what this place looked like. Of course, this is all kind of new to me, this neck of the woods. Just across there next to the Anson pub, which is draped in flags, obviously for the Euros. So I bet you that place is busy and jumping. There's a little square there. Don't know if that's some sort of little indoor shopping centre or not, I don't know. Aye, definitely a busy little place. It's a food and coffee outlets and aye, yeah, an indoor shopping centre. The Forum Shopping Centre. Have a look in there in a minute. Not many places shuttered up. My gates at High Street, oh my God. Oh, Manhattan's up on the right there. Is that still open? Hotel and function room, bars, that's still open? What did it used to be called back in the day? Or has it always been called that? The Ritz. I bet you that was a place back in the day. Back in the 50s and the 60s. Lots of Wetherspoons now. Oh wow. I'd love to know the history of that place. Let us know if you were there back in the day. Looks quite nice in there. Nice courtyard for drinking. But yeah, that's one of the better Wetherspoons I've seen. Ship Inn. I wonder how I got that name. Yeah, I love these old traditional character bars. Still alive and kicking. I bet that's busy on the weekend as well. But another pub, wow. The Anchor. And right next to that, the Wallsend Boxing Academy. Bloody hell. It's only got some great facilities here in Wallsend, of course, with the Wallsend Boys Club. You know, it churns out a lot of decent footballers. I mentioned Alan Shearer, Peter Beardsley, but of course at Lee Clark, Steve Watson, and Steve Bruce, and others. Elliot Anderson, I think. But aye, boxing club as well. You know, I've got no doubt, you know, there'll be, you know, as much as all the great people and the hard work living and working around here to keep this community thriving, there'll be the absolute bin lids and all who just bring the place down. Harry, how are you doing? Cheers, mate. Tell us about the pub.
Oh, best pub in Wallsend.
Is it?
It is. Nice to meet you.
And you?
I've seen you with the tomb before.
Aye, cheers, hello. You alright, mate?
Very friendly local atmosphere.
Aye.
Everybody knows everybody else, you know.
I bet.
Proper,
That's the impression I get because I'm not from here, but it seems like it's thriving and busy and...
it is.
It is a really friendly. Yes,
Say, Eddie. Senior.
Tyneside, Eddie, aye.
Kid said aye.
Aye, that's right, aye.
Why don't up here?
I'm filming a video about Wallsend.
Cheapest pint in the high street.
How much?
Two pepper and pint of juice.
Give our.
3 pound of Guinness. 260.
Is that cheaper than Wetherspoons just down there? Is it?
On the buffs, Eddie.
Michael! Two pepper and pint of John Smith.
Oh yeah, hey, there you go.
Oh,
Beautiful. I'll put my name down for a flat on this.
Hey, great meeting you.
And you.
You too.
All the best, lads.
All
See
the
you
best,
later.
mate.
So there you go. Apparently the Anchor is the best pub, certainly in the centre of Wallsend. £2 for a pint of John Smith's, cheaper than Wetherspoons. Cracking fellas, dead friendly, you know, and they've just been singing the praises about the place. Close-knit community. Probably, unlike other areas, there's probably not so much of a transient population here. There'll be generations of the same families being brought up on the estates around Wallsend, who they all know each other. Tell you what we'll do, we'll have a little walk through the Forum Shopping Centre and see what this place is like. Hope I don't get stopped by security again. Aye, again. Yeah, seems to be busy. Nice feel about the place, lovely high ceiling there with the glass letting all the light in. It seems like a pleasant place to have a walk around. But have they got any decent cafes in here? Oh, big department stores. Of course, you've got a Greggs there. You can't go without a Greggs, man. I've seen they've got these new fish finger sandwiches in Greggs now in selected participating outlets. I've had one, really nice. And the deep pizzas. I love seeing communities like this. It's clearly bustling and busy. Good for trade, good for the economy, good for local morale. Yeah. Of course, you can't go. Hello, mate, you alright? Yep. The Forum Shopping Centre, not a bad little place at all. So if I turn left at the Anson pub here, I'm on the A186. I think that might still be Station Road, I'm not sure. Looks like it's a quieter end of the crossroads layout of the town centre. But again, lots going on, busy little spots. Oh, what's this place here? Coming into view just on the left. It's a big place. The Wallsend Customer First Centre. That's some sort of community centre? Information centre? Some sort of community hub. Brilliant. Oh, it's a library as well. All right, support for jobs, health, skills, confidence, money, housing. All right, we need a bit of that these days. Oh, the Anson there's a sizzling pub and grill as well. Wonder if they do nice steaks there. Let us know down below what the food's like in the Anson. All right, how are you doing?
All right.
Did you say you were going to do
Oh, I think I'll be needing one of them soon. Oh, my knee. I think that's brilliant. So at the junction here of the High Street, you can see the Segedon and Fort Visitor Centre. How cool is that, man? Right, let's have a look down here. High Street East. All right, first impressions is doesn't seem like the main shopping street. Could be wrong. nice old terrace streets down there. Cool. These vape shops. Bloody hell, menace. See all these kids with vapes, like little old men smoking pipes. So I was mentioning earlier about North Tyneside Council's regeneration plan for Wallsend that goes back to, I think, 2019. And there was still a bit of clarting going on from reports I've seen from 2022 about the funding, because they're going to create some lovely public realm areas right in the centre down there. And more opportunities for the cafe culture, but planting trees and benches and just make it a lot more pleasing to the eye. I didn't, in that respect, I didn't see a lot of that. If anybody can just tell us down below where Wallsend is with the regeneration plan. As I'm walking further down the High Street East, there's definitely evidence of businesses perhaps starting to struggle. There's a few more properties with shutters down this neck of the woods. It's just sad to see. Might just be the time of day, I've got no idea. But it does have a slightly different feel down the further down High Street East. There you go. Lots of fast food outlets, you know, betting shops. There we're gone. Come a little bit further down the High Street. And there she is. Wallsend's Town Hall. And now a conference and business centre as well. Beautiful old buildings. I love buildings like that. It looks very similar to the one at South Shields, actually, of the time. I love the Union Jack on the balcony there. And right next to the Town Hall, there's another pub. Another pub called the Coach and Horses. Oh, looks yeah, looks like it's had its day, that one. Oh, but I bet you that was a pub and a half back in the day as well. On the end of the High Street. Oh, I'm getting a lot of toots. Right, let's head back up to the centre. Oh, I never noticed that when I was coming down High Street East. It's the Coronation Club, the CIU, which I used to love back in the 80s. Going to working men's clubs, proper beer. Do you remember getting the Chronicle, the Ronnie Gill, on a Friday, and there'll be a whole page near the back which had the list of all the tones that were performing that weekend in all the clubs around Tyneside, and you would pick the band that you. All right. Pick the favourite band and just head to the club. Oh, I'm being approached by one of the locals. Hello, mate. I'm doing a video about Wallsend.
Wallsend.
Aye, what's it like?
Cushy, man.
Cushy. Love it. I'm impressed with it, mind.
Yeah.
Are you going in for a pint, are you?
A
Pint of scotch. There, yeah. Aye, that was my typical pint of McCune's best scotch. See you, lads. Now, I didn't realise that the infamous Thomas Dan Smith was a Wallsend lad. Of course, the town planner in the 60s who was, he had this amazing Brasilia of the Sky plan for Newcastle, who eventually went to prison for fraud. But it's not all blokes who are associated with Wallsend, of course. You've got Vicky Patterson, the reality TV star. I didn't realise she was from Wallsend. Andrea Riseborough, the actress. Who else we got? Oh, aye. The rising snooker star. That is Gary Wilson, who's challenging for World Championship honours now. Should need to give him a mention. Well, that's it from me, and I know I'll have missed absolutely loads out, but that's where you can step in and tell us what I've missed down in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've been as impressed with Wallsend as I have. I think the Wallsend community need to give themselves a huge pat on the back for keeping this place alive and thriving. I am sincerely very impressed with this area. Very friendly, bustling, lots going on, lots of pubs. Love it.